So hello everyone, welcome to the session. So in this session we have tried to cover the thought process behind leadership decision making, which is again my understanding from past couple of experiences. So I have put a lot of studies from a childhood experience to a corporate life experience to somewhere around a normal life experience where you can relate to things, and I hope you'll get an understanding of how this process works. And in simple, I am planning to put it into a very simplest term. There's no complicated terms here. It is very simple, and once you understand the pattern of it, your thought process would change, and you could see a very great number of outcomes here in terms of your job, in terms of your life, in terms of your relation with others. It would improve, but there's another very important thing which you have to keep in mind is this leadership journey is quite sometime you have to take a lot of things on your side. You cannot just be always happy. There's a little bit of struggle behind it, so you have to understand that part of it, and then we'll take it further. So one of the USA based study from class 1 to class 10th was done with all the students, and the simple question was asked to them is, how many of you want to be leaders? So or somewhere it was put in another study also, how many of you want to be a creative person? Now when they did this study, they observed that from class 1st to class 10th, there was a decline of people who were interested in that, and when these scholars sat down and they were trying to understand what has happened all the way, because in first standard almost 90% people were telling, or 100% people were telling, they want to do whatever they heard, they want to be leaders, they want to be creative people. But as soon as they stepped up to class 10th, the percentage of people came down to almost 10% or 7%. So these scientists were trying to understand, and they found that due to this lot of peer pressures and other pressures in our mind, we lose our creativity, we lose our originality. See, when you are on, I'll be covering examples of people who have been doing wonderful in their childhood, and later on when we step up, we lose a passion about life, lose purpose of our life, and that's the reason we get into this rat race kind of system. So what happened is they were trying to say is in generic term, they're losing interest, so they're losing the originality because of peer pressure, parent pressures and all. So I guess we all have to take care of that part, and I know we can all develop it because it really exists inside us. So I'll cover an example. I know one small kid of 3.5 4 year old who just started going to kindergarten schools, correct? And we used to have some pets outside our home, puppies, small puppies. And this kid, I'm telling you all real example, correct? You can understand what you were in your childhood, and how we can develop that same set of skills for a better future. And why I'm telling all these skills, and when you study all these top leaders in the industries and all, they all have that same set of skills what I'm trying to convey. So this kid, when he came back from school, he kept some small amount of food for these puppies, and straight away when he came, he went to feed them. In the late night, he was telling us, it was quite winter's time in that duration. He was telling, why can't we get these puppies inside our home? Why can't we build a home for them where we can put two switches? One is on switch for water, one switch is for food. And this 3.5 4 year old kid is telling all that. And when we grow up, we see that a different picture of life. So there's some contradictory function. Anyways, let's leave that part. We'll come to that part in the decision making, on how these kids are making decision and how you can make decision in a similar way, so that you can move further. So so what we can do right now is so imagine so what I'm trying to convey here is there's a small decision making process which most of the people do. So if you see a lot of people in 99% community, they make all their decision on the personal level, then goes the family level, then society, then country, and then world. But if you see all top leaders like Swami Vivekananda, Kalam Saab, or Mother Teresa, or any Nobel laureates, or any business tycoons, they all make the decision in a different pattern, which comes as humanity on the top, then world, then country, then society, and then family, and then personal. So this is how this pattern is framed. Now let's see what people have used and how these people have used these patterns, and done wonders in life, correct? You take example of Facebook, a very common platform, correct? So what Facebook is doing, they are trying to connect people socially across the world, correct? So they are focused on the top level part of it, and that's the reason they're able to get success. If you focus on one person individual, you may not get a great success on that. So this is just one decision making which can be used in a corporate world. Again, on a corporate perspective, Jio is a great example. Jio has done the similar thing. There's a lot of youth in the country, they want internet, so they focused on that and developed the strategy and developed the product, and people are using it. I guess they have good number of users now, correct? So similarly, now you could take this to your corporate life. Maybe when you apply for jobs, the main thing you look forward is मेरे को क्या salary मिलेगा, what package I'll get it, how good is the job for me. But we never think about the other side of the picture, what you can actually deliver to a company. And when you understand that part and you start communicating, you're getting your chance of getting a job becomes really higher. So I guess we have to focus on that part, on what we can do for others rather than what we can do for ourselves. So that is another takeaway. Now, how it can be applied in a personal level. Imagine you have lights at home, or fans at home, or laptop at home, for example. Now we use laptops like crazy. So we keep it on for like 7 days. All go, and then we put it on, turn off once in a while. And if you start putting, you understand that system also need rest. It also need gear up energy and all, or you need to put a restart button there, so that it can get refreshed and start better. So if you understand these small things, you can start doing it better. Now I'll tell you on a volumetric scale how it can help. So imagine you are in a group of 10,000 students who are using a mess area. Now just to give you a case study of how it works, right? How this decision making can help a lot of things on the bigger level. So imagine these people are eating food together, four meals a day, and these are 10,000 people in number. So they go and wash hands. So every time they wash hands, they use 100 ml of water with using the normal strategy people do is open the tab and let the tab running and wash the hands, correct? Now imagine they use 100 ml water into 10,000 people. It's a huge amount of water being used. Now similar way, if you can just open a tab, fill up your this thing, and use the close the tab and then use the water, correct? It would at least save 50 ml of water each per student per meals, correct? So now you could imagine how much water you can save is 50 ml into 4 times into 10,000 meals, correct? So you can save huge amount of water, rather than we are saying always water scarcity is there and all. It can all be solved. You have to have your mindset on that. So this is what I was trying to convey to you. So imagine these patterns help you a lot once you understand. So the whole idea is you start making decision in a ulta way, correct? Imagine you're working within a company as an intern or an employee. How far you go about promoting the company on a ground level? Are you with them? Are you supporting them off the working hours? So if you do that, you are counted, invariably it will come out, you are counted as a great person and a supporter of an organization, correct? So these patterns, if you start following in your life, I guess it will help you a lot. It has helped me so far, and I've observed this, all these top people are doing. Even NGO, you take an example of NGOs, correct? So when they work, really good NGOs, I'm talking about, so they go and work for the people again, correct? They don't go to do things for their selfish reasons. So they try to support the community. So what happens eventually is a lot of people come together and support them. So this is a small example from my end. I hope you like the video. Please do share your comments on what you want to listen next, so that we can plan out more videos and share our little bit of knowledge with you all. Thank you so much for watching us. Stay awesome. Stay cool.